It's the time to get down.
Second that. Yeah.
And there is no hemorrhoid ointment. No
done.
tucks. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's no salve in there.
That's cold, man.
And you may eat a lot of sticky rice, so I don't know. I don't know. But ladies, have you guys had any bad experiences, some bad dating experiences? Because supposedly, there's some startling statistics, you guys. It says like in some places 1 out of 4 women are going to experience some form of a sexual assault or attack.
Wow.
I've been lucky.
Wow.
I've been very lucky.
Oh,
I haven't dated anybody that terrible.
No?
No. I like to think that I have good judgment in guys, and
no bad experiences, huh?
I've had one bad experience, but nothing like super crazy. Just the crazy bipolar dentist guy that tried to manipulate me after a little while. But that's when I was like, peace out, out of here.
She's lucky, man.
Done
Don't
deal.
answer the phone calls, and then they keep calling and calling.
Find your email address.
You never should have did it like you did.
Calling me every month since last year. I never returned any of his messages, text messages. We went out on one dinner.
Wow.
That must have been one heck of a dinner.
I don't know. It was just dinner.
Wow.
There's another guy. He's been Facebooking me. We went on one date. He's like, I know you felt something. And I'm like, I'm good. He just sends me like these long text messages, like, and Facebooks me and emails me. I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to date you anymore. It's a good date, but thanks.
What's going around? How about you?
I just get the callers that won't stop texting you, and then you don't call them back, and you're like, okay, do you not get it? Like,
Wow.
Well,
but it's like, it's just if it's bad.
Maybe you should start getting their numbers instead, and not give them yours.
But if you think you're going to be friends with someone, and then you can't be friends with certain people,
So dating today is even more of a hazard. Now, let me tell you guys, I'll share a thing with you. I actually was sued for paternity. Ladies and gentlemen, I am actually one of those rare men who actually won a paternity suit. Yes, I did. I was actually sued. Wow. I was sued, and she said she couldn't work. She needed me to support her through the pregnancy. And we had to go to court. I went to court, and they allowed me to pay money into a monthly trust until the baby was 3 months of age, and then you had to go and get blood tests. And what's so funny about the blood tests is you go in there's a bunch of pissed off men in there. There's a bunch of pissed off. So here, she's sitting there, have like these rows of seats, right? Because it all has to be witnessed. So she's like over here, holding the baby.
You're wrong.
And I'm sitting there going like, because it's costing me $3.75 a pop. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So as we went in, and then you have to sit there and witness. So while they draw your blood, so the whole thing, while you're drawing, they're sitting there drawing your blood, and she's like,
So you won. Did you have a?
But mine came when it came. Listen to the attorney called me up and said it was my birthday too. He said, Mario, the test came back in your favor. And I said, I knew. People said, how did you know? Because this was one of them girls. She was a hot one, Vic. Mm-hmm. And you know how you're trying to break up, right? Mm-hmm. So that last month, I saw her like twice. And I said, well, I know her. If I saw her twice, somebody else hit it at least 6 times to make up for my slack.
You're wrong.
And my buddy said, is that your reasoning? I said the test came back negative, didn't it? And I was not the father, right?
Wow.
Enough said.
Wow.
But as later on I learned, like I'm telling most of you, you got to use better judgment, right? In other words, that changed me. My whole dating habits changed. They changed right away. Change.
How so? Give us an example.
Well, for one, when we're young, we tend to go out, pick people based on passion. Based on, I see you and you float my boat. Something about you stirs that chemistry. I don't know why, but I just need to feel you close to me, up next to me in some kind of an intimate fashion. and you tend to they think about who they are, sort of secondary to that. In fact, as the younger you are, you actually don't care what people do for a living. When you're like 19, 20, you give a shit what people do for a living.
What was that word again?
No, you just care what they look. And by the way, if they're in college, they're all pre-med. How about you? I'm pre-law. I'm pre-med. I'm pre-dent. Okay, whatever. They're all. So your criteria is different. Now, as you get older, my age, you learn to pick people for different things. Like I tell them, I say, listen, pick someone because they make you feel special. Don't pick someone that you have to make sure you look good for them, that you have to watch what you say around them, that they make you feel inadequate, you have to fight for their attention over the football game, or they tell you that they're going to be in this Friday because they're doing their hair.
And what's a good little act that makes you feel special? Like, what can somebody do for you, or you just...
You sure you want that answer?
Well, one of the things that, okay, all right. So one of those things is, for example, you can cook for people.
I hear that.
Or even
that.
make an attempt.
Clear.
You know what I like too? I like when women make an attempt to pay. Now, I'm a man. I have reasonable resources, so it's not that I need you to do it. But what I resent is women who act like they have it coming. Like I go out. This is a nice neighborhood. People have pools, all that kind of stuff. So I've dated some of the women who live around here, and it's amazing. They will break their hand to grab a $5 check. But don't let it be one of those like $80, $100 dinners. So I'm just saying, and I've also dated women who were students who were much more conscientious, who offered to pay every time. Sure. I admired the hell out of that. Never let them pay.
Yeah.
I saw a show.
But like that they did
like recently that they had the girls, the guys were taking the girls out, and they would be expensive dinners, and then they switched it up on them. They're like, okay, this time you girls are going to have to take the guys out. So the girls that took the guys out, they all, they were supposed to order, and they didn't want to order anything because they don't want to pay for it.
See?
A lot of the girls.
Well, how do you tip? Do you guys tip? Are you guys good tippers?
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
20%.
But
I mean, I've worked as a bartender and server, so I mean, if you work in the industry, it's embedded in your brain.
You guys are good. Wait. I don't wait. Come on, Pamela. Yes. Come on, Pamela. Stop. Come on.
I've been a bartender and a server for a long time.
See, if you worked in it, the people who work in it do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. I've heard this. Okay, so you guys.
We're trying to spread the word. So.
Okay, how about
to
this?
Other girls.
Because you're beautiful women, and so you have your own. But let me ask you this. I've heard that single women are the worst tippers, and I've heard single black women. We see that. We don't have one here today to represent. Today is a rainbow day. But they say that women, as a true, I've heard that single women though are the worst tippers.
You know what? No, I'm not speaking on my own behalf, but the last, I would say, few months working at the bar, if there's a guy and a girl, whether they're on a date or they're just friends or whatever the deal is, if she pays, I'm like, shit, because the women are definitely that I've come across the last few months.
See, that's what I've been hearing that for years. I've been hearing that for 40 years.
How long?
40. Since I was a teenager, I was asking because I wanted to get some drinks. How?
I do really well with women.
Oh.
I really do. No, I really do. I really do. I think just because I get along with girls. Like, some girls don't get along with girls very well. But I'm very, I love girls. So...